Hi all, welcome back. Before anything else, it's a fun idea if you let me know where you're watching from. Thanks. Be sure to like and subscribe. Now let's relax and get into it. I sit on the edge of the bed, my heart pounding. Sarah is in the shower, and I can hear the water running. Her phone, left carelessly on the nightstand, buzzes. A message. I shouldn't look, but I can't help it. My hand moves on its own, picking up the sleek device. The screen lights up with a notification, a name I don't recognize. My stomach tightens. I swipe and unlock it, the passcode familiar after years of marriage. The text reads, "Last night was incredible. Can't stop thinking about you." My blood runs cold. I scroll up, my eyes scanning through the messages, my breath quickening with each word. Explicit photos, promises of stolen moments. My head spins. How could she do this to me? To us? I hear the shower turn off. Panic sets in. I lock the phone and place it back on the nightstand, trying to compose myself. The bathroom door opens, and Sarah steps out, a towel wrapped around her. She's smiling, her wet hair clinging to her shoulders. "Morning, babe," she says, her voice cheerful, oblivious. "Morning," I reply, my voice strained. My mind races. Should I confront her now? Should I wait? I feel a lump in my throat. I can't believe this is happening. As she gets dressed, I watch her closely. The way she moves, the casual grace. It all seems so normal, so ordinary. But nothing is ordinary anymore. My world has tilted off its axis, and I'm struggling to find my footing. I remember the first time we met. It was at a friend's party, and she stood out in the crowd. Confident, beautiful, untouchable. I was drawn to her like a moth to a flame. Our relationship was passionate from the start, full of heat and intensity. I thought we had something special, something unbreakable. But now I'm not so sure. I decide to play it cool, to gather more evidence before making any accusations. I need to be sure. I can't risk her twisting things around, making me look like the paranoid one. "I've got an early meeting," I say, grabbing my briefcase. "I'll see you tonight." She smiles, her eyes twinkling. "Of course. Dinner at 8? "Sure," I reply, forcing a smile. "See you then." As I drive to work, my mind is a storm of emotions. Anger, betrayal, sadness. I think about our life together. The vacations, the late-night talks, the way she used to look at me like I was the only man in the world. Was it all a lie? I arrive at the office, but I can't focus. My thoughts are consumed by the messages, the images burned into my mind. I know I need to act, but I don't know how. I feel lost, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. I decide to hire a private investigator. I need proof, something undeniable. I can't confront her with just a hunch. I need to know for sure. I make the call, my hands shaking. The investigator, a woman named Lisa, sounds confident and professional. She assures me she'll find out the truth. I hang up, feeling a glimmer of hope amidst the turmoil. If Sarah is cheating, I'll find out. And then I'll make them pay. I can't shake the feeling of dread as I sit in my office. The investigator, Lisa, has promised to keep me updated, but the wait is agonizing. Every moment stretches, and my mind spirals with what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. I try to focus on my work, but it's impossible. My thoughts keep drifting back to Sarah, to those messages, to the betrayal. My phone buzzes, jolting me from my thoughts. It's a message from Lisa. "Got something? Can meet tonight?" My heart races. "Yes." "Where?" I text back. She replies with the address of a small cafe downtown. I confirm, then spend the rest of the day in a fog of anxiety and anticipation. I arrive at the cafe early, my eyes scanning the crowd. I spot Lisa at a corner table, a nondescript woman with sharp eyes. I approach and she nods, gesturing for me to sit. She slides a folder across the table. "This is what I found," she says quietly. My hands tremble as I open the folder. Inside are photos, time-stamped, showing Sarah with another man. They're at a restaurant, a hotel, his hand on her back, her smile too intimate for comfort. There's a gut-wrenching photo of them kissing. I feel a mix of rage and sorrow. My worst fears are confirmed. "Who is he?" I ask, my voice barely a whisper. "Mark Williams," Lisa says. "He's a colleague of your wife's. They've been seeing each other for months. Months! The word echoes in my head. This isn't a one-time fling. It's an affair, a calculated betrayal. I clench my fists, trying to keep my composure. Thank you, Lisa. This is more than I expected. I'm sorry you had to see this, she says. If you need more, just let me know. I nod, unable to speak. I leave the cafe, the folder clutched in my hand. I drive aimlessly, my mind a whirlwind of emotions. I finally park at a quiet spot by the river, needing the calm water to soothe my turmoil. I stare at the photos, feeling a deep sense of loss. The woman I thought I knew, the life I thought we had, it's all a lie. When I get home, Sarah is already there, preparing dinner. She looks up and smiles. Hey, you're home early. I force a smile. Yeah, I thought I'd surprise you. She walks over, wrapping her arms around me. Her touch, once comforting, now feels repulsive. Missed you, she murmurs. Me too, I lie, pulling away. I'm going to change. Upstairs, I collapse onto the bed, the folder hidden beneath my jacket. I need to think, to plan. Confronting her now would be too easy for her to deny. I need a strategy. Dinner is a strained affair. I watch her closely, looking for signs of guilt, but she's as cheerful as ever. It's infuriating. I excuse myself early, claiming a headache. I lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, wondering how long she's been deceiving me. The next morning, I call in sick. I need time to think. I sift through the evidence, formulating a plan. If Sarah and Mark are conspiring against me, I need to be careful. I decide to dig deeper into Mark. Maybe there's something I can use against him. I reach out to Lisa, asking her to investigate Mark further. She agrees, sensing my desperation. Days pass, each one more torturous than the last. I act normal around Sarah, pretending nothing is amiss. Inside, I'm seething, plotting my next move. One evening, Lisa calls. Got more on Mark. Meet same place? I agree and head to the cafe. Lisa hands me another folder. Mark's got skeletons in his closet, she says. Financial troubles, a history of blackmail. He's not clean. I open the folder, skimming through the documents. Bank statements, threatening emails, evidence of his dirty dealings. This is gold. Thank you, Lisa. This is exactly what I needed. Back home, I start piecing together my plan. I'll confront them, but on my terms. I need to ensure they can't wriggle out of this. I begin collecting every bit of evidence, preparing for the showdown. My mind races with possibilities, each one more satisfying than the last. The day finally comes. Sarah is at work, and I decide to confront Mark first. I drive to his office, my heart pounding. I wait in the lobby, rehearsing my lines. When he finally appears, I stand, blocking his path. We need to talk, I say, my voice cold. Mark looks surprised but follows me to a quiet corner. What's this about? He asks, feigning innocence. I throw the folder on the table between us. You and Sarah, I know everything. His face pales as he flips through the photos and documents. This is insane, he stammers. You're making a mistake. The only mistake was trusting you, I snap. I know about your financial troubles, your blackmail. It's over. He looks panicked, his eyes darting around. What do you want? Simple. End it with Sarah. Leave her alone or I go public with everything. Your career, your life, it'll be over. He swallows hard, realizing he's cornered. Fine, I'll end it. I watch him walk away, a sense of grim satisfaction washing over me. One down, one to go. I drive home, my mind racing. Tonight it's Sarah's turn. She comes home late, looking tired. I wait until she's settled before I make my move. We need to talk, I say, my voice steady. She looks at me confused. What's wrong? I pull out the folder, throwing it on the table. This. She glances at the photos, her face draining of color. Alex, I can explain. Don't, I interrupt. I know everything. You and Mark. The lies, the betrayal. It's over. She stands there speechless for a moment. Then something shifts in her eyes, defiance. You don't understand, she says. Our marriage was a lie, I finish. I trusted you, and you threw it all away. Tears well up in her eyes, but I feel no sympathy. I loved you, I say, my voice breaking. But now I just want you gone. She stares at me, her expression a mix of shock and anger. You can't just throw me out, she snaps. I have rights. Rights, I laugh bitterly. After what you did, you're lucky I'm not pressing charges. She looks defeated, the fight draining out of her. What do you want? She asks, her voice small. I want you to leave, I say. Pack your things and go. We'll sort out the details later. She nods, tears streaming down her face. She heads upstairs and I hear the sound of drawers opening and closing, the rustle of clothes being packed. I sit down, my head in my hands. It's done. It's over. She leaves without another word, the door closing softly behind her. I sit in the silence, the reality of it all sinking in. I feel a mix of relief and sorrow. It's the end of one chapter, but the beginning of another. The days that follow are a blur. I focus on work, on rebuilding my life. I file for divorce, the process long and painful. Sarah tries to fight it, but the evidence is too damning. She eventually gives in, agreeing to the terms. Through it all, Lisa remains a steady presence. She checks in, offering support and advice. I'm grateful for her help, her professionalism. Without her, I don't know how I would have managed. As the dust settles, I find a strange sense of peace. I'm free from the lies, the betrayal. I can start anew, build a life on my terms. The pain is still there, but it's dulled, replaced by a determination to move forward. I reflect on everything that's happened, the affair, the confrontation, the fallout. It's been a hellish journey, but I've come out the other side stronger, wiser. I won't let this define me. I'm ready for whatever comes next. I'm standing in my kitchen, the silence heavy around me. The house feels emptier now that Sarah is gone. Each room echoes with memories of what once was, but I push those thoughts away. I have work to do. I sit down at the table, the folder of evidence spread out before me. I need to ensure Sarah and Mark can't come back from this. They need to pay for what they've done. I start by organizing everything into a clear, concise presentation. Photos, text messages, financial records of Mark's misdeeds, all neatly compiled. As I work, I think about the trial. My heart races at the thought of standing in court, facing them both. The tension is building, the pressure mounting. I need to stay focused. I can't afford any mistakes. I call Lisa again. She's been invaluable through this process, and I need her expertise now more than ever. Lisa, I need your help preparing for the trial. Can you meet me? Of course, Alex, she replies. How about tomorrow at my office? Perfect. I'll see you then. I spend the rest of the night reviewing everything, making sure every detail is perfect. Sleep eludes me, my mind racing with thoughts of revenge and justice. By dawn, I'm exhausted but determined. At Lisa's office, I lay out my plan. She listens, her eyes sharp and focused. You've got a strong case, Alex, she says, but we need to anticipate their moves. They won't go down without a fight. I know, I reply. That's why I need you to help me. I can't let them win. We spend hours going over the evidence, preparing for every possible counterattack. Lisa is thorough, relentless. By the end of the day, I feel more prepared than ever. As the trial date approaches, the tension is palpable. Every day feels like a countdown to the inevitable confrontation. I go through the motions at work, but my mind is always on the trial. My colleagues notice my distraction, but I offer no explanations. One night, I receive a text from an unknown number. You think you can beat us? Think again. My blood boils. Mark is trying to intimidate me, but it only fuels my resolve. I won't back down. The day of the trial arrives. I stand outside the courthouse, taking deep breaths to calm my nerves. Lisa's by my side, her presence a steadying force. You're ready for this, she says, her voice firm. I hope so, I reply, my voice shaking slightly. I need to be. Inside, the courtroom is cold and formal. I see Sarah and Mark seated with their lawyer, a smug-looking man who exudes confidence. I sit down, my hands clenched into fists. The judge enters, and the trial begins. Our lawyer presents the evidence meticulously. Photos of Sarah and Mark together, text messages proving their affair, financial records showing Mark's illegal activities. The courtroom is silent, every eye on the unfolding drama. Sarah's lawyer tries to discredit the evidence, but it's futile. The photos and messages are too damning. I watch Sarah's face as the evidence is laid out, her confident facade cracking. Mark looks furious, his composure slipping with every new piece of evidence. During a break, I step outside to clear my head. The tension is suffocating. Lisa joins me, her expression serious. "You're doing great, Alex. Keep it together." "I'm trying," I say, taking deep breaths. "This is harder than I thought." "Just focus on the end goal," she advises. "Justice." Back inside, it's my turn to testify. I stand up, my heart pounding. I recount everything, finding the messages, hiring Lisa, confronting Sarah and Mark. The emotions I've been holding back threaten to overwhelm me, but I push through. Their lawyer tries to rattle me, questioning my motives, suggesting I'm exaggerating, but I stand firm. I've come too far to let them win now. The cross-examination is brutal, but I hold my ground. Finally, it's over. I sit down feeling drained but relieved. Now all we can do is wait for the judge's decision. The minutes tick by, agonizingly slow. I watch the judge, trying to read his expression, but it's impossible. When he finally speaks, the room holds its breath. After reviewing the evidence, it is clear that the defendants, Sarah and Mark, engaged in an illicit affair and attempted to undermine the plaintiff, Alex. The court finds in favor of the plaintiff. The words hit me like a wave of relief. We won. Sarah and Mark look devastated, their smugness replaced with shock and disbelief. I feel a surge of triumph. Justice is served. Outside the courtroom, Lisa hugs me. "You did it, Alex. It's over." "Thank you, Lisa," I say, my voice choked with emotion. "I couldn't have done this without you." As I drive home, the weight of the past few months starts to lift. The road ahead is still uncertain, but I feel a newfound sense of freedom. I've faced my demons and come out stronger. That night, I sit on the couch, sipping a glass of whiskey. The house feels different now. It's still empty, but the emptiness is no longer oppressive. It's a blank slate, a chance to start over. I think about Sarah and Mark. Their lives are in ruins, but I feel no pity. They made their choices, and they paid the price. I raise my glass in a silent toast to the future, whatever it may hold. In the weeks that follow, I start rebuilding my life. The divorce is finalized, and I begin to move on. I reconnect with old friends, throw myself into my work. The pain is still there, but it's manageable. I'm learning to live with it. One evening, I receive a call from Lisa. "How are you holding up?" she asks. "Better," I reply. "Thanks to you." "Good to hear," she says. "You deserve a fresh start." "Maybe," I say, smiling. "One day at a time." We talk for a while, the conversation light and easy. For the first time in months, I feel hopeful. The scars of betrayal will always be there, but they're healing. I'm moving forward step by step. As I hang up, I think about the future. It's uncertain, but I'm ready to face it. I've been through hell and back, but I've survived, and that's something to be proud of. I pour another glass of whiskey, savoring the taste. The night is calm, the stars bright overhead. I sit back, feeling a sense of peace I haven't felt in a long time. The journey isn't over, but I'm on the right path. I've outsmarted them, made them pay for their betrayal, and now it's time to reclaim my life, one day at a time. With a deep breath, I toast to new beginnings. Here's to the future, and to leaving the past behind. I wake up early, the sunlight streaming through the curtains. The past few weeks have been a whirlwind, but today I feel a sense of calm. The trial is over, Sarah and Mark are out of my life, and I'm ready to move forward. But there's still one more confrontation I need to face. I get dressed, my mind focused. Today I'm meeting with Sarah one last time to finalize the divorce details. It's a formality, but it feels like the final nail in the coffin. I drive to the lawyer's office, my hands gripping the steering wheel. As I pull into the parking lot, I see her car. My heart races, a mix of anger and sadness. I take a deep breath and head inside. Sarah is already there, sitting in the waiting room. She looks up as I enter, her expression unreadable. Alex, she says, her voice flat. Sarah, I reply, my tone equally cold. We sit in silence as we wait for our lawyer. The tension is thick, memories of our life together hanging in the air. Finally, the lawyer calls us into his office. We go over the final details, each signature a step towards closure. When it's done, Sarah stands up, looking at me with a mixture of regret and defiance. I never meant for it to end like this, she says softly. Neither did I reply, my voice hard. But we're here now. She nods, tears welling up in her eyes. Goodbye, Alex. Goodbye, Sarah. As she walks out, I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. It's over. I watch her leave, a mix of relief and sorrow. I know it will take time to heal, but I'm ready to start the process. I leave the office, the sun shining brightly, a new day ahead. I decide to take a walk by the river, needing to clear my head. The water is calm, the gentle sounds soothing my frayed nerves. I sit on a bench watching the boats go by, thinking about everything that's happened. The betrayal, the trial, the confrontation. It's been a hellish journey, but I've come out stronger. My phone buzzes, a message from Lisa. How did it go? She asks. It's done, I reply. Finally over. Good to hear. Take care of yourself, Alex. Thanks, Lisa, for everything. Anytime. I put my phone away, feeling a sense of gratitude. Lisa has been a rock through all this, and I'm thankful for her support. As I sit there, I think about the future. It's uncertain, but I'm ready to face it. I head back to my car, feeling lighter. I drive home, the familiar streets a comfort. When I get home, I pour myself a glass of whiskey and sit on the porch, watching the sunset. The sky is painted with hues of orange and pink, a beautiful end to a tumultuous chapter. I think about the trial, the way Sarah and Mark tried to destroy me, their smug faces, their lies. But in the end, justice prevailed. I've outsmarted them, made them pay for their betrayal, and now I'm free. The days pass, each one bringing a sense of normalcy. I throw myself into my work, finding solace in the routine. I reconnect with friends, rebuilding the relationships that suffered during the ordeal. I start to feel like myself again. One evening, I'm at a bar with a few colleagues. We're celebrating a successful project, the atmosphere lively and relaxed. I'm laughing, enjoying the moment, when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I turn to see a woman standing there, her smile warm and inviting. Hi, she says. I'm Emily. Hi, Emily, I reply, smiling back. I'm Alex. We start talking, the conversation easy and natural. She's smart, funny, and I feel a connection. For the first time in a long while, I feel a spark of hope. We exchange numbers, promising to meet up again. As I drive home, I think about Emily. She's a reminder that life goes on, that there's still happiness to be found. I'm cautious, but optimistic. It's a new beginning, a chance to rebuild and find love again. The weeks turn into months, and I start seeing Emily regularly. She's a breath of fresh air, a stark contrast to the darkness of the past year. We go out to dinner, take long walks, and talk for hours. I'm careful not to rush things, but I feel myself falling for her. One night, we're at my place, the evening winding down. We're sitting on the couch, talking about everything and nothing. She looks at me, her eyes soft. You're different, she says. In a good way. How so? I ask, curious. You're strong, resilient. You've been through hell, but you're still standing. I smile, feeling a warmth spread through me. I had good people to help me. She leans in, her lips brushing against mine. The kiss is gentle, yet full of promise. It's been so long since I felt this way, and I savor the moment. We pull back, our eyes meeting. There's a connection, a shared understanding. We kiss again, deeper this time, the passion building. Her hands move to my shirt, unbuttoning it slowly. I feel a rush of desire, a need that's been buried for too long. I return the favor, our clothes falling away, the room heating up. We move to the bedroom, the anticipation electric. As we lay together, the past fades away. It's just us, in this moment, finding solace in each other. The eroticism of the moment is intense. Every touch, every kiss igniting a fire within me. We move together, a dance of passion and release. It's a catharsis, a reclaiming of my life and my desires. Afterwards, we lie there, our bodies entwined. I feel a sense of peace, a closure to the pain and betrayal. Emily rests her head on my chest, her breath soft and even. Thank you, she whispers. For what? I ask, running my fingers through her hair. For letting me in. I smile, holding her close. Thank you for being here. As we drift off to sleep, I feel a sense of contentment. The journey has been long and hard, but I've made it through. I've found a new beginning, a new chance at happiness, and I'm ready for whatever comes next. The next morning, I wake up feeling refreshed. Emily is still asleep, her body curled against mine. I gently slip out of bed, careful not to wake her. I head to the kitchen, making coffee and thinking about the future. It's bright, full of possibilities. Emily joins me, her hair tousled, a sleepy smile on her face. Good morning, she says, wrapping her arms around me. Good morning, I reply, kissing her forehead. How did you sleep? Better than I have in a long time. We sit down to breakfast, the conversation light and easy. It's a stark contrast to the tension and turmoil of the past year. I feel a sense of hope, a belief that things will be okay. As the weeks turn into months, my life begins to stabilize. The scars of the past are still there, but they're healing. I find joy in the little things. Time with Emily, success at work, the support of friends. It's a new chapter, one that I'm excited to write. I reflect on the journey, the pain, and the triumph. It's been a roller coaster, but I've come out stronger. I've faced my demons, found justice, and reclaimed my life. And now I'm ready to embrace the future. The lessons I've learned are invaluable. Trust, resilience, the power of forgiveness. They've shaped me, made me who I am. I look at Emily, feeling a surge of gratitude. She's been a beacon of hope, a reminder that love and happiness are still possible. As we sit on the porch watching the sunset, I feel a sense of peace. The future is uncertain, but I'm ready for whatever comes next. I've faced the darkness and found the light. And now it's time to move forward, one day at a time. The early morning light filters through the curtains, casting a soft glow over the bedroom. Emily is still asleep, her body curled against mine. I carefully slip out of bed, not wanting to wake her, and head to the kitchen. As the coffee brews, I think about everything that's happened. The trial, the confrontation with Sarah and Mark, the slow rebuilding of my life. It's been a hard road, but I'm finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I sit at the kitchen table sipping my coffee and plan my day. There are still loose ends to tie up, details to finalize. The divorce is almost complete, and I'm ready to put the past behind me. Emily joins me, her hair tousled from sleep, and we share a quiet breakfast. Her presence is a constant source of comfort and strength. I have a meeting with my lawyer today, I tell her, just to finalize a few things. Do you want me to come with you? She asks, her eyes full of concern. No, it's okay. I can handle it. All right, she says, squeezing my hand. Just let me know if you need anything. I smile, grateful for her support. After breakfast, I head to the lawyer's office. The final paperwork is ready, and we go over the details one last time. Signing the documents feels like closing a door on a painful chapter of my life. As I leave the office, I feel a sense of liberation. It's really over. Driving home, I think about the future. It's uncertain, but I'm ready for whatever comes next. When I get home, I find Emily in the garden, tending to the flowers. She looks up and smiles, her face radiant. How did it go? She asks. It's done, I say. Everything's finalized. She hugs me, and I feel a weight lift off my shoulders. We spend the rest of the day together, enjoying the simple pleasures of life. The tension that has been a constant presence in my life for so long is finally starting to fade. As evening falls, we sit on the porch watching the sunset. The sky is a canvas of colors, and I feel a sense of peace. I couldn't have gotten through this without you, I tell Emily. She smiles, leaning her head on my shoulder. I'm just glad I could be here for you. We sit in comfortable silence, the future stretching out before us. I know there will be challenges, but I'm ready to face them. With Emily by my side, I feel stronger than ever. The next day, I get a call from Lisa. How are you holding up? She asks. Better, I reply. Thanks to you and Emily. Good to hear. I just wanted to let you know that everything is settled with the case. Sarah and Mark are facing the consequences of their actions. Thank you, Lisa. You've been amazing. Anytime, Alex. Take care of yourself. I will. As I hang up, I feel a sense of closure. The legal battles are over, and justice has been served. I can finally move on with my life. I spend the day working on projects around the house, keeping busy and focused. In the evening, Emily and I go out for dinner. It's a small celebration, a toast to new beginnings. We talk about the future, our plans and dreams. The pain of the past is still there, but it's no longer overwhelming. I've found a new sense of purpose, a determination to build a better life. As we walk back home hand in hand, I feel a surge of gratitude. The journey has been long and difficult, but I've come out stronger. I've faced my demons, found justice, and reclaimed my life. And now I'm ready to embrace the future with open arms. The days turn into weeks, and life begins to settle into a new normal. I throw myself into my work, finding joy in the creative process. Emily and I grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. We talk about the future, about building a life together. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, Emily turns to me. "I've been thinking," she says, her voice hesitant, "about us, about the future." "What about it?" I ask, my heart racing. "I love you, Alex, and I want to be with you. But I need to know that you're ready to move on from the past, to let it go." I take a deep breath, considering her words. She's right. I've come a long way, but there's still a part of me that clings to the pain and betrayal. "I am ready," I say finally. "I've let go of the past, and I want to build a future with you." She smiles, her eyes shining with tears. That's all I needed to hear. We kiss, a promise of new beginnings. The erotic tension between us is palpable, and we make love with a passion that feels like a celebration of our love and our future together. It's a moment of pure connection, a reclaiming of my life and my happiness. The next morning, I wake up with a renewed sense of purpose. The past is behind me, and the future is full of possibilities. Emily and I start planning our life together, talking about moving in together, maybe even starting a family. It's a new chapter, one that I'm excited to write. As I go about my day, I think about everything that's happened. The pain, the betrayal, the struggle for justice. It's been a long and difficult journey, but I've come out stronger. I've found love and happiness, and I'm ready to embrace the future. In the weeks that follow, I focus on rebuilding my life. I reconnect with old friends, mend broken relationships, and find joy in the simple pleasures of life. Emily is my rock, her love and support a constant source of strength. One day, as we're walking in the park, Emily turns to me. "I have something to tell you," she says, her voice trembling. "What is it?" I ask, concern etching my face. "I'm pregnant," she says, her eyes shining with tears. I feel a rush of emotions, joy, excitement, a touch of fear. "That's amazing," I say, pulling her into a hug. "We're going to be parents." She smiles, her face glowing with happiness. "Yes, we are." As we stand there holding each other, I feel a sense of completeness. The journey has been long and hard, but it's led me to this moment, a new beginning, a new life. In the months that follow, we prepare for the arrival of our baby. The house is filled with excitement and anticipation. We decorate the nursery, buy baby clothes, and read parenting books. It's a time of joy and growth, a stark contrast to the darkness of the past year. The day finally arrives, and Emily gives birth to a beautiful baby girl. As I hold her in my arms, I feel a surge of love and protectiveness. This is what I've been fighting for: a future, a family, a new beginning. As I look at my daughter, I think about everything that's happened: the pain, the betrayal, the struggle for justice. It's been a long and difficult journey, but it's led me here, to this moment of pure happiness. I lean down and kiss Emily, my heart full. "Thank you," I whisper. "For what?" she asks, her eyes full of love. "For everything. For being here. For loving me. For giving me this." She smiles, tears in her eyes. "We're a family now, Alex, and we have a beautiful future ahead of us." As I hold my daughter, I know that she's right. The past is behind us, and the future is full of possibilities. It's a new beginning, a new life, and I'm ready to embrace it with open arms. The journey has been long and hard, but it's led me to this moment, a moment of pure happiness and love. As I look at my family, I know that I'm finally home. and I'm ready to face whatever comes next, with Emily and our daughter by my side. I sit in my office, the room dimly lit by the late afternoon sun. The past few months have been a whirlwind of changes and adjustments. The trial is over, and Sarah and Mark are behind bars, their lives shattered by their own actions. I feel a sense of justice, but there's still one last confrontation I need to face. The reckoning isn't complete until I confront my own demons. The phone rings, jarring me from my thoughts. It's Lisa. Alex, we need to talk. There's been some developments. Developments? I ask, my heart skipping a beat. What do you mean? Can you meet me at my office? It's important. I'll be there in an hour. I hang up, my mind racing. What could possibly be left? I thought everything was resolved. I leave a note for Emily, letting her know I'll be back later, and drive to Lisa's office. The city rushes by in a blur, my thoughts consumed by the unknown. When I arrive, Lisa is waiting for me. She looks serious, her usual calm demeanor replaced by something more intense. Thanks for coming, Alex. Please sit. I take a seat, my nerves on edge. What's going on, Lisa? She takes a deep breath, handing me a folder. I did some more digging, even after the trial ended. I wanted to be sure there were no loose ends, and I found something. I opened the folder, my eyes scanning the documents. Financial records, emails, transactions. It takes a moment for it all to sink in. Mark was embezzling funds from the company, Lisa explains, and he wasn't working alone. He had help from someone on the inside. I look up, shocked. Who? Sarah, she says quietly. She was in on it the whole time. They were planning to take the money and disappear. The room feels like it's spinning. I thought I knew the extent of their betrayal, but this is deeper. Why didn't this come up during the trial? They covered their tracks well, Lisa says. It took me a while to piece it all together, but now we have enough to take them down completely. I sit back, the weight of it all pressing down on me. What do we do now? We present this to the authorities. They'll face additional charges. And you, Alex, will finally get the full justice you deserve. I nod, feeling a mix of anger and relief. Thank you, Lisa, for everything. She smiles, a rare softness in her eyes. It's my job, and you've been through enough. It's time to put this to rest. I leave her office, the folder clutched in my hand. As I drive home, I think about the long-term consequences. Sarah and Mark will spend years in prison, their lives irrevocably damaged by their own greed and betrayal. I feel a sense of closure, knowing they'll face the full extent of their actions. When I get home, Emily is waiting for me. I tell her everything, the new evidence, the additional charges. She listens, her eyes filled with empathy and understanding. Are you okay? She asks softly. I think I am, I reply, pulling her close. It's finally over. In the days that follow, I work with Lisa to hand over the evidence to the authorities. The process is long and grueling, but I feel a sense of determination. This is the final step, the last piece of the puzzle. Sarah and Mark are rearrested, their plans exposed. The media coverage is intense, their fall from grace spectacular. I watch it all unfold, feeling a mix of satisfaction and sorrow. It's a bittersweet victory, but a necessary one. Emily and I continue to build our life together. Our daughter grows, bringing joy and light into our home. The pain of the past begins to fade, replaced by hope and love. One evening, as we're sitting on the porch, Emily turns to me, her eyes bright. You did it, Alex. You got the justice you deserved. I smile, feeling a sense of peace. We did it. I couldn't have done it without you. She kisses me, her touch warm and reassuring. We're a team, and we'll face whatever comes next together. As the months pass, I start to feel a sense of normalcy returning. The scars of the past are still there, but they no longer define me. I've faced my demons, found justice, and reclaimed my life. The journey has been long and hard, but I've come out stronger. One day I receive a call from an old friend. He's heard about everything that's happened and wants to reconnect. We meet for coffee, and it's like no time has passed. We talk about old times, laugh, and reminisce. It feels good to reconnect, to rebuild old friendships. As I drive home, I think about the future. It's full of possibilities, and I'm ready to embrace them. I've learned so much through this journey about trust, resilience, and the power of love. I look forward to the challenges and joys that lie ahead. That night, Emily and I sit on the porch watching the stars. Our daughter is asleep inside, and the world feels peaceful. Do you ever think about the past? Emily asks, her voice soft. Sometimes, I admit, but not in the same way. It's a part of me, but it doesn't control me anymore. She nods, understanding. You've come a long way, Alex, and I'm proud of you. I smile, feeling a warmth spread through me. Thank you, Emily, for everything. We sit in comfortable silence, the future stretching out before us. I know there will be challenges, but I'm ready to face them. With Emily by my side, I feel a sense of strength and purpose. As the weeks turn into months, life continues to evolve. Emily and I grow closer, our bond deepening with each passing day. We talk about our dreams and plans, building a future together. The pain of the past is still there, but it's a distant memory, overshadowed by the love and happiness we share. One evening, as we're preparing dinner, Emily turns to me, a thoughtful expression on her face. I've been thinking, she says, about starting a new project, something we can do together. Like what? I ask, intrigued. Maybe a charity, to help others who have been through similar experiences, to give back. I consider her words, feeling a surge of excitement. I think that's a great idea. We could really make a difference. She smiles, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. Let's do it then. Together. We begin to plan, laying the groundwork for our new venture. It's a labor of love, a way to channel our experiences into something positive. As we work on our project, I feel a sense of fulfillment and purpose. We're building something meaningful, something that will help others. The months fly by, and our charity takes shape. We gather support, spread the word, and start making a real impact. The work is challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. I feel a sense of pride in what we're accomplishing, knowing we're making a difference. One day, as we're wrapping up a meeting, Emily turns to me, her eyes filled with love. I'm so glad we're doing this together, she says. It's been an incredible journey. I take her hand, squeezing it gently. I couldn't imagine doing it with anyone else. We share a kiss, a promise of the future we're building together. As we drive home, I reflect on everything that's happened. The pain, the betrayal, the struggle for justice. It's been a long and difficult journey, but it's led me to this moment, a moment of peace, love, and hope. As we sit on the porch that evening, watching the sunset, I feel a sense of contentment. The past is behind us, and the future is bright. I've faced my demons, found justice, and reclaimed my life. And now, with Emily and our daughter by my side, I'm ready to embrace whatever comes next. The journey has been long and hard, but it's made me who I am, stronger, wiser, and ready to face the future with open arms. As I look at my family, I know that I'm finally home, and I'm ready for whatever comes next, with the love and support of those who matter most. The morning sun filters through the curtains, casting a soft glow over the bedroom. Emily stirs beside me, her presence a comforting constant. I lie there, reflecting on the journey that brought us here, the trials and tribulations, the betrayals and victories. It's been a long road, but we've made it through, stronger and closer than ever. I quietly slip out of bed, careful not to wake Emily, and head to the kitchen. The smell of fresh coffee fills the air, a small ritual that grounds me. As I sip my coffee, I think about everything that's happened, the trial, the confrontation with Sarah and Mark, their eventual downfall. The justice I fought for has been served, and now it's time to focus on the future. Emily joins me, her smile brightening the room. Good morning, she says, wrapping her arms around me. Good morning, I reply, kissing her forehead. How did you sleep? Like a baby, she says with a laugh. Any plans for today? Just some work on the charity, I say, and maybe a walk in the park later? Sounds perfect, she replies, her eyes twinkling. We eat breakfast together, the conversation light and easy. Our daughter, still asleep, gives us a rare moment of quiet. I cherish these moments, the simple joys of family life. It's a stark contrast to the chaos of the past year. After breakfast, I head to my home office. The charity is growing, and there's always work to be done. I review emails, plan upcoming events, and think about how far we've come. The pain of the past has been transformed into something positive, something that helps others. The day passes quickly, filled with productive meetings and satisfying progress. In the afternoon, Emily and I take our daughter to the park. We watch her play, her laughter a balm to my soul. I feel a deep sense of peace, knowing we're building a beautiful future together. That evening, as we sit on the porch watching the sunset, I reflect on the journey. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but it's led us to this moment, a moment of tranquility and hope. Emily takes my hand, her touch warm and reassuring. "You've come a long way, Alex," she says softly. "We both have." "I couldn't have done it without you," I reply. "Your support means everything to me." She smiles, her eyes filled with love. "We're a team, and we're just getting started." As we sit there, the future stretches out before us. It's uncertain, but I'm ready for whatever comes next. I've faced my demons, found justice, and reclaimed my life. Now it's time to embrace the possibilities ahead. The weeks turn into months, and life continues to evolve. The charity flourishes, helping more people than I ever imagined. Emily and I grow closer, our bond unbreakable. Our daughter is a constant source of joy, her laughter filling our home. One day, as I'm working on the charity, I receive a call from a major donor. They're impressed with our work and want to offer substantial support. It's a breakthrough moment, one that will take our efforts to the next level. I hang up, feeling a rush of excitement. "Emily," I call, rushing to find her. "We did it! We've secured major funding for the charity." She beams, hugging me tightly. "That's amazing, Alex. I'm so proud of you." "No," I say, holding her close. "I'm proud of us. We've done this together." That night we celebrate, toasting to our success and the bright future ahead. The erotic tension between us is palpable, a reminder of the deep connection we share. As we make love, I feel a profound sense of gratitude for Emily, for our daughter, for the life we're building. The next morning, I wake up feeling invigorated. The future is full of promise, and I'm ready to seize it. We continue our work with the charity, expanding our reach and making a real difference. It's fulfilling in a way I never expected, turning my pain into purpose. As the months pass, I reflect on everything that's happened, the trials and tribulations, the victories and defeats. It's been a journey of growth and resilience. I've learned to trust again, to love deeply, and to embrace the future with hope. One evening, as we sit on the porch, Emily turns to me. "I have something to tell you," she says, her voice tinged with excitement. "What is it?" I ask, curious. "I'm pregnant," she says, her eyes shining with joy. A rush of emotions overwhelms me. Joy, excitement, a touch of fear. "That's wonderful," I say, pulling her into a hug. "We're going to be parents again." She smiles, her face glowing with happiness. "Yes, we are. And I couldn't imagine doing this with anyone else." As we sit there holding each other, I feel a sense of completeness. The journey has been long and hard, but it's led us to this moment, a moment of pure happiness and anticipation for the future. The months that follow are filled with preparation and excitement. We get the nursery ready, our daughter eager to meet her new sibling. Life is busy, but it's a joyful kind of busy. The pain of the past is a distant memory, overshadowed by the love and happiness we share. Finally, the day arrives. Emily gives birth to a healthy baby boy. As I hold him in my arms, I feel a profound sense of love and protectiveness. This is what I've been fighting for: a future, a family, a new beginning. As I look at my family, I think about everything that's happened: the betrayals, the struggles, the victories. It's been a long and difficult journey, but it's led me here, to this moment of pure happiness. I lean down and kiss Emily, my heart full. "Thank you," I whisper. "For what?" she asks, her eyes full of love. "For everything. For being here. For loving me. For giving me this." She smiles, tears in her eyes. "We're a family now, Alex, and we have a beautiful future ahead of us." As I hold my son, I know that she's right. The past is behind us, and the future is full of possibilities. It's a new beginning, a new life, and I'm ready to embrace it with open arms. The journey has been long and hard, but it's made me who I am, stronger, wiser, and ready to face the future with hope and love. As I look at my family, I know that I'm finally home, and I'm ready for whatever comes next with Emily and our children by my side.